Hi YouTube, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I'm going to talk briefly as I'm on my way to work about two of my favorite TV shows. Actually, some of the main characters in those shows. And that's going to be the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. Now, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the latest episode is when they went to San Francisco and how they all basically ganged up on Portia. Love or hate Portia, I think that she's being ganged up on. And some people online are calling it jealousy. I don't necessarily think it's jealousy, but there is some underlying reason why there's such an intense hatred or negativity towards her. Nene, I feel, is a bully. She's that type of person, and I've known women like her who have a chip on their shoulder. They're quick to fight, but when you retaliate, they're ready to take your head off and then act like they're the victim, like you did something to them. I can't stand Nene. I'm not gonna even lie. Don't like her persona, and I actually kind of hate that she's back. And I don't even like Phaedra, but if Nene and I think at one time Portia had been kicked off the show for quote unquote violence, towards Kenya. I'm sure we all remember that episode. So I'm like, if they can remain on the show, then Phaedra should be allowed to come back. Now, the main reason why I wanted to talk about the show was Kenya and her new husband. And I am very happy for her. I know a lot of people are calling it fake and, she's buying him or whatever the case is. I believe that she is legitimately married. And I'm also in agreement with her wanting to keep her marriage and her man under wraps. My issue with her is, now she wants to do all of this, respect my privacy, respect my wishes, etc., etc. But when she was that single woman, I believe that she kind of went out of her way to undermine other women's marriages. And I don't know if anyone remembers when she told Phaedra, they were at a party, I don't even remember how many seasons back, but she told Phaedra at a party, that this guy, is rainy, snowy, and wet out here, and he just cut in front of me. Anyway, but Kenya told Phaedra at a party that her husband should be allowed to talk to anybody he wants. And I remember looking at that like, okay, well, when your turn comes to be a wife, what are you gonna do? And we're seeing what she's doing. She's keeping her husband and her marriage away from gossipy tongues and women that's gonna do her the way she did women when she was single and bitter. Yes, I said it. And it was obvious. Now, depending on what side of the fence you are on concerning Kenya, you might have a different opinion. And I actually like Kenya. Believe it or not, I do like Kenya. She's actually my favorite on the show. However, I could still call her out on her bull crap. And and that's what I do and have done. Now, on to Married to Medicine. I was always neutral on Mariah, but I don't like how the women have iced her out. I think they're being kind of petty, and it's going into like high school. If anybody's been on the receiving end of Mean Girls in high school, it's not a pleasant feeling. And also, I want to like Dr. Jackie and everything, and I do to a certain degree, but I see that she is she's passive aggressive with her insults and barbs towards some of the other women. And, you know, they were recently on that Black Girl Magic trip to NOLA. And, you know, they're talking about Black Girl Magic and uplifting other black women. But then they were being kind of petty towards some of the other black women. So, you know, it was kind of contradictory to me, you know. And so anyway, so that's number one. I don't like how they're treating Mariah. Whether she deserves to be treated that way or not, I really haven't. I mean, and I know she's mouthy, and you know, and I don't know everything behind the scenes, but she's no better or worse than some of the other cast members. And now there is Quad. I cannot stand Quad. I think she's a fake and a phony. And I think her husband, Dr. G, he's tired of her excuses. If any of you have been watching since season 1, which I have, Quad told her husband that they would be having a child. I think the timeline was like 1 year, which I understand that. Okay, 1 year, you know, let us settle into marriage, etc., etc. And, you know, but then after that year passed, she had one reason why she didn't want to try for a child. And as you see, as the show goes on, she's been having multiple reasons. I think she's like, to me, on her third reason as to why she does not want to give this man any children. Now, I can see if she can't have children, which I can totally sympathize with that, but that has not been what she said. If anything, someone just said that she's had herself checked out. So I personally feel that she used Dr. Eugene for, as I'm reading online, for a come up. You know, he's a doctor. He was able to get her into certain circles that she wanted to be in. And here we are, they've been married 5 years, still no child. And I think that he is resentful. But at the same time, she is the woman that he picked. And it's my understanding that he had called off the wedding before they even got married, which I don't know exactly the reason for why he called off the marriage. But I wonder if he regrets not listening to his first thought. You know, I want to like Quad, but I simply don't, because I think I can't stand her vernacular. That yes, girl, sister, honey, you know, whatever she does, I can't stand it. And matter of fact, when I see her, any of her scenes, I fast forward. So petty on my part, yeah, maybe, but I can't do it. Same thing with I think they're supposed to be introducing Eva, who was on America's Next Top Model. I didn't like her then. I probably would fast forward through her scenes as well. I doubt if she's changed. I thought she was a spiteful little something back then, and I doubt she's changed. So yeah, I'm being petty. But you know, but they're on TV. They, you know, put their lives in front of us to have opinions about, and so I'm just giving my opinion. Anywho, I'm sure I'll be back as more of their antics gives me some food for thought and some fodder to talk about. And I will chat with you later. Bye.